Alberta, and Team Alberta won the draw to the button, so they'll have the hammer this first end. And we'll go through the two teams. Team Nunavut has a lead, Jeff Chown. The second stone is Justin McDougall. The third stone is George McKay. And the skip is Alex Larrabee. So they'll be starting it off at the first rock here. And up against it today with Team Alberta, they have the lead of Corey Campbell. The second stone is Brendan Flew. Third, we have Jason Wilson. And the skip is Scott Garnett. So the guys are right into it already. And looks like Nunavut's going to go right into the rings with the first rock. So see where we go from here. But usually something like that means that they're going to try and play it a little open the first end. And
these teams have played earlier. Team Nunavut had a good game against Prince Edward Island last night at 7:30. They lost 9-7 in that game. And Alberta played Manitoba. And it was a good game going back and forth. But Alberta came out of the short end of a 10-4 game. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think Manitoba scored 6 in the last end.
Ooh.
If my recollection, because they were on the other sheet, and like I said, it was going back and forth, and all of a sudden, a few misses, and they had to make a shot at the end or whatever, but ended up counting 6. And I said that score really wasn't indicative of the play up to, 7 ends were tight.
Yeah, well, when you see a 4-4 game going to the last end and something like that happens, you know that the team who didn't have the hammer was probably going for it all the way. And you're right, it just doesn't give the game justice, but those things happen out there, and the guys that play know how tight it was. And you'd expect Team Manitoba, Team Alberta to be pretty close. They're pretty much heavyweights when it comes to the world of curling in the country.
Justin, like to give a holler out to Catherine and Michael. Mom and Dad might be watching and listening. And Allison, we all know who Allison is. Allison is on the ladies team, Allison's family. Give a shout out, and we're going to keep track of all the games going on. Nunavut's ladies team is on sheet A, and they're playing against Quebec. So we'll keep you posted on their whereabouts, and you'll probably be able to see a little bit from our camera angles of the ladies game too going on.
Yeah, the curling club here is a little different. It's a 6-sheeter, so around the province here, most clubs are 4 or 5. So that was one of the prerequisites to be able to hold this event. And it's a fairly new club, built in 2006. So great ice and a great venue for something like this.
Yeah. And Jeff gives a shout out to Lena. I hope she's watching. And I think I was talking with Alex, the skip, and the folks that are at his work. Nice that you're watching, but get back to work. I think they were government employees or something. Something's going on there, the way the conversation went. Because if we said, well, you think they'll be watching at work? He said, they better not be. But if they are watching, tell them to get back to work. And also the boys would like to shout out to their ice maker, Dennis, if he's watching, thanking him for all the work he's done at their club. As there's about 15 teams, they say, in their curling club. So, as we all know how important the Iceman is.
Oh yeah, good ice makes good curling.
Every club has a Dennis.
Yep. Our Dennis is a Darwin here. The local club ice maker here is Darwin McAllister, but he does something with this for a national event. We were privileged in New Brunswick to have a great ice maker for the province, part of Curling B, and it's Chris Tapley out of Fredericton. And Chris has gone to many national and international events to be an assistant ice maker. And I know someday we'll be here to talk about Chris Tapley's ice at one of these big national events. He's very, very good at what he does. And he likes the facility here to make ice for these other things. so far this end, Nunavut's decided without the hammer to ignore a biter over the side, and it's given Alberta a chance to make an open hit roll to lay 2.
We've been doing some trivia questions for the folks at home since it's the national championship. We thought we should give some little nuggets of they can't Google things like that. So one of the first questions we'll ask is, what is the oldest brewery in Canada? Good one. And how old is it? That will be after the first end. We'll give you that answer. Don't be Googling it. I want you to just think about what you, little Canada trivia. What is the oldest independent brewery in Canada? Independent is the key word here.
So I'm not sure where we'd ever come up with beer and curling in the same.
No, I know it's a reach, isn't it?
In the same conversation. But yeah, I know we've had maybe 1 or 2 pops, golden pops over the years.
Just for medicinal purposes.
Well, they say it's one of the best ways to replenish the electrolytes.
So they say.
Yeah,
of course, we do have to find out who they are.
Yes, yes. I may have curled with a few of them.
Yeah. Nice shot there.
Yes, laying 3 now. Unfortunately, Nunavut had an open miss. And at this level, an open miss, you're going to pay for it. So
it's like in golf. If you make one bad shot, you have to make 2 good shots to make up for it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you need some a little bit of luck.
Yeah, and play like this here, you get a little comfortable sometimes in clubs. Like you think, oh well, we missed, the other team probably missed 2. Gives us a chance to get back into it. But once you get up at the level of play, you can't always count on the other miss. So.
Jeff McKay, he did get a...
Yeah, just a little unfortunate. Hits that a little thicker. He rolls behind cover, and he would have actually outcounted 2 stones. So just a little unfortunate for him there, George McKay. But the house is very lively, so you don't have to hit off the face of the rock very much. When we say a lively house, what we mean is it doesn't take much for the rock to roll out. Sometimes you'll play in places where you'll hit the rock pretty firm, much of it. When we say it's a dead house, it doesn't roll very far, but here at the Rare Machine Club, when you hit off the face of the rock, you have to hit a good amount of the rock to actually stay in play.
They're working hard to get that corner guard up there.
Yeah, they came a little light, so Nunavut did get a little bit of a break here. It's a chance to come down to this. And if they can get a little turn inside, they could outcount the top rock. So a little break there for Alex, and we'll see if he can take advantage of it. It's nice to look out at the club and see all the different team colors from the provinces, the jackets. It just brightens the place right up and gives the event just a real good national feel. So they are this one. Going to try and hold it. So got a little inside with the guard and is going to roll through the back. And that leaves Team Alberta with a chance to lay 3 again. And it's their Skip's first stone. So again, Alberta's decided, Scott's decided to draw over top of shot stone. And kind of gives Alex a chance to get out of the end. Maybe it becomes a little tight, crack at a double. And we'll see what goes on from here.
Just early in the first end here, Alberta does have the hammer. And Garnet is away. Okay. Yep. Just checking our sound levels here.
So Scott's coming right in on top of Shot Rock. This will give Alex a little bit of a break because he's going to definitely have a chance at a double here. Yeah, so nose hit will give him a double. And he doesn't have to roll far either to outcount the biter at the top. So
Alberta's got a busy week coming up after today. They've been they played one last night. Alberta is playing one today, but then on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday they're playing 2 games each day. And on Friday is in the morning is any tiebreakers that we need, and then quarterfinals are at 1:30 on Friday, and 6:30 is the semis. So it's 1:30, 6:30 for the quarters and semis, and then finals will be bronze and gold will be 9 a.m. on Saturday.
yeah, the setup for this is 2 17 pools, both in men's and ladies.
Nice shot there, rolls.
Yeah, we would like to see that come up a little bit more and get the double. Yeah. So he's left Alberta with an open hit for 3. So probably not the start he wanted, but they'll get the hammer back and get a chance to take a run at it coming back this way, provided Scott makes his open takeout here. After the end, we'll run through the teams and the scores in the other sheets. And
keep them all up to date.
Oh, yeah.
And we get the men and women playing here this afternoon. Yesterday we had a women's draw and then we had a men's draw, but today, starting off, we have 3 women's and 3 men's draws going on.
Yeah, I think they're going to carry that through for most of the rest of the
all
draws.
this week.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah. So the open hit was made, and Alberta took 3 in the first end. That's a big first end. But here, unlike what we're used to seeing at the Briar and at the Scotties, here we're using the 4-rock rule. You see that in cash field play. And with the 4-rock rule, there's always more rocks in play. And you never really feel out of the game because you're going to get some guards. So Team Nunavut will realize that they're going to have some chances as the game goes on. And there's lots of curling left for them. So we only have a score up over on sheet F, which is Quebec playing Nova Scotia, and Quebec scored a deuce in the first end, and that's a men's game. On sheet E with Saskatchewan and BC, Saskatchewan scored a pair in the first end. So those are, and I think we have a blank end on the ladies' game, Alberta and Northern Ontario right beside us. We'll just wait a second and see when they step away. Yeah, it's a blank. So we might have a steal of one here over on sheet 1. We'll let you know in a minute. And we've started, Aaron has started to come back the other way with Alberta trying to draw the game into the rings, and I think Nunavut's going to try and get up a corner guard. So yeah, that was a steal of 1 for Quebec over Nunavut in the first. And we're running a little slower. They're a little more behind
for Quebec.
Sheet D. Yeah, that was Quebec.
Yeah.
Quebec and Nunavut on sheet A. That's a ladies' game. Ladies are on A, C, and E. Men are on B, D, and F.
Checking on the fundraising activity for the teams. See how they're doing.
So Alberta did have a chance to hit and lay 2. They hit and rolled out. So once again, you're going to see Nunavut go for a second corner guard. So that shows that they're trying to play a little offense.
Now, Team Alberta, just to let you know what I'm talking about here, if you're tuning in for the first time, is the Travelers Curling Club Championship. Curl Canada has a fundraising contest, and it's the Curling Canada Foundation for the love of curling. And just quickly, what it's about: help the teams win on and off the ice this year at the 2018 Travelers Curling Championship. Each year, the Travelers Curling Club Championship holds a fundraising contest in support of a great cause. Again, in 2018, we're raising money to support our future curling champions by helping to create fun, age-appropriate programs, championships, scholarships for youth across Canada. Funds raised through the for the Love of Curling fundraiser contest will contribute to youth scholarships, the expansion of curling, 101 trying curling on ice programs, as well as bringing the Egg Farm Rocks and Rings program presented by Curling Canada to schools across the country so that more children can discover the sport that we all love. So what's going on, if you go on the tournament website, you click on teams, and for example with Alberta, you click on teams, men, and then you come to this the men's page with all the teams of the guys, and underneath their team or your particular team is support your team. You click that on, and you'll come to the 2018 Travelers Curling Championship fundraising contest. And the Alberta men put a goal to raise $400, and currently they have raised $200 for their goal. If they reach the $400 plateau by raising those funds, will be entered into a contest for some great prizes.
Yes.
So that is, and they got a $200 donation from an anonymous donor.
Oh, the old anonymous
The old anonymous donor.
Yes.
So now we're going to see how Team Nunavut is doing. Put a little.
That's a great cause.
Yeah.
Youth curling and trying to pique interest in the game. Anybody we have a lot of what we call armchair curlers, people that watch the game. They don't realize what a physical game it is and just how good it is for you. It's a game that promotes both team play and physical activity. And
So are you ready for this one?
okay.
They had set a goal of $400.
Yes.
Team Nunavut has set a goal of $400. They have currently raised $2,020.
Okay, so they've met their goal. Maybe Alberta would be looking for a little help. But isn't that wonderful? Great for those guys.
Mike Chase donated $20, and then that's right, our new best friend, the anonymous donor, raised $2,000 that day.
Oh.
Wow. So yeah, 2020.
Wow.
And if they get above the $1,000 threshold, then there's some really cool prizes that they are eligible for, that they go and do a draw.
Okay.
So, but that is outstanding, Team Nunavut. So hey, Alberta, if you folks are watching, click on, go on the website, and we talked about how important to get our youth involved in the programming. Actually, the New Brunswick, one of the New Brunswick girls who was in a curling program, started up a youth program for beginners, and now she's here at a national championship.
So there you go.
It's a great testimonial right there.
Oh yeah, it's a great game. I know a lot of people enjoy watching it on TV. It's a great game to get out and play. We have an Omega League here that plays in the afternoons. Men's and ladies, they have a ball. We have 6 sheets. There's 12 teams going and 6 players in the team, so you have to sit out a couple ends, right? But it's for all ages curling.
Yeah.
The Little Rocks program, the rocks are plastic and they're half the weight of the others. And then they even have a spot where they could put a board out and they play in just half the sheet. So again, all ages, and most clubs are trying to promote Little Rocks and try and get the youth into the game. So
yeah. Oh, that's it, because that's your, and we talked about. I talked to the Nunavut team before they went on, and they're, you know, trying to get the youth involved in things like that. And I said, well, it's great because there's checks a lot of boxes, like teamwork, setting goals, how to work with others, you know, through the good times and the bad times, and the good games and the bad games, right? Camaraderie with, you know, playing against other teams and stuff. And the great thing is there's a lot of opportunity in curling.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a true team sport.
Great life skills.
Yes. I've played lots, enjoyed the game. Ton of really good people involved, and I know through my experiences in the province of New Brunswick, the Little Rocks and junior programs across the province are really well run, and I think it's just and it's an inexpensive game to get the kids into. That
was the other thing. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Because we know some sports are very, very expensive.
Yeah, and as far as sports injuries go, you might be able to fall on the ice, but really you don't hear of a lot in curling. It's
a shot that open up the house again.
Yeah, so we're chatting a lot, but we're getting away from our game here. So we're getting right down to the nuts and bolts of the end, and Team Alberta has a chance just to lie to. Scott's got an open house to draw to, so. Doesn't look like there's a chance for Nunavut to grab a deuce, so he's a great chance to force him to one and get the hammer back and be up 2, but we still have 4 rocks to play. Great chance for Team Alberta to get their draw weight, and Scott threw 2 takeouts the other way, so this is just an open draw, no pressure on him, and they just want to see him hit the paint somewhere.
Yeah. Got enough separation there?
Oh yeah, no double there. All Nunavut can do is try and hit that and roll in front of the back counter, so that's what he's going to play. Alex is going to see if he can't just cross the baseline still a little bit, move across the post. Change the area where the shot is, and we'll see what happens from there.
I guess I'll wait till after this end to tell you the trivia question. See who we get talking. What was the question?
Oh, the oldest brewery in Canada.
Independent brewery in Canada.
Yeah. I know I've had a few of them. So the boys are all over this. And it really is moving.
Oh, just misses.
Floated by. We're going to let him throw another one. He's got the hammer to send, but and he may need it.
And now this sets up. Obviously, now he's got to try to get a single.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. Well, that was.
And before, I think he was trying to nick it and come over to the other one, but.
Yeah, really just trying to roll in front. He was trying to hit about half or a little better of that rock, and just roll across in front of the back rock. Sometimes when you do something like that, you get the team to make a shot for you, but that's not happening now. So. Scott has a great chance. He's probably going to try and put a 3rd counter in. And ideally for him, it'd be nice to put 2 rocks so that they're the same depth in the house, and it takes away a hit, and it'll make Alex draw. But it looks like he's going to come in a little deep here.
Pressuring it hard.
Yeah, they are. So Alex can just play through the house weight and hit that if he wants, or a heavy draw, whatever he feels like, or just try and draw the 4-foot. So whatever he's comfortable with here. He's just seen the draw twice the other way by Alberta. And it doesn't look like he's quite sure what he wants to try.
He said, do I want to come up to that one and just tap it out and point, or do I just want to draw it?
Yeah, looks like he's going to try and just play hit the nose with a second shot and make a double, because to try and play a hit on shot rock, I don't think you could make the shot. You could play just with just back of the house weight and roll into the forefoot, but he thinks that a nose hit double is easier. So it looks like that's what he's going to try and play. So throwing a little more weight this time. Last time he came out a little light and it came across the face. And the boys are on and off this. He wants to come up to the nose. He's got to stick around and it's got to curl for him. So no, that didn't quite come up enough. Hit it on the outside edge and gave a steal of 2. So Team Nunavut's behind the gun for sure now, down 5-0 after 2 ends. They're gonna have to lock and reload and see if they can do a little better in the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Answer.
Okay. Well, I would say probably Olin's Brewery.
Moosehead.
Moosehead. I knew it was one of the other. Yeah.
Moosehead Breweries.
Yeah.
St. John, New Brunswick. Actually started in Halifax way back when.
Yeah.
It's 151 years old now.
Yeah.
They celebrate their 150th anniversary, same as the country did last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Olin family.
Yes.
The Olin family.
Yeah.
And actually, they're still the Olin family-run independent brewery in Canada.
Yeah.
And as I've seen, there's been some other product here consumed.
Yes. Well,
this weekend.
I'm pretty sure they're the sponsor of the local
establishment.
Yeah, the local bar here at the club.
I
so,
see there's a
so
logo on some of the plastic cups that we have.
Yeah, they have some of their product. In fact, if I look really close to my left knee, I might see one. Yeah, so some of the scores are up on the other sheets. Over on sheet F with Nova Scotia and Quebec. Nova Scotia is down 2-1, and Quebec has a hammer. Nova Scotia picked up one in the second.
And that's the men's
game. Ladies game on sheet E with BC and Saskatchewan. BC picked up 2. Saskatchewan got the hammer back, and they're both tied at 2. We don't have scores hung. The 2 other sheets are done the end, but there's no scores hung yet. And but they'll have scores up presently. As soon as they get them up, we'll let you know. And again, on our sheet now, we see Alberta's trying to draw the play into the house, and Team Nunavut this end now, they did get the corner up. So, and on sheet A, Nunavut looks like it has a chance at a draw for 2. In the ladies' game, and it looks like she's made that draw.
Yeah, nice shot.
Yes, sir. So it looks like Team Nunavut's up 2-1 on Team Quebec.
Yeah. The ladies are very happy.
Yeah.
Smiles all around.
Well, in this event, I think it's mostly smiles pretty much all the time. They're checking another rock to see if they have a third point. So we may see a measure on sheet 1. They're
conceding.
They might just said, okay, you got 3. So it's tough here from the angle we're sitting at to see who actually is picking up the point. But we'll find out in a minute when they hang the score. They have put up a score on sheet C, and it's a ladies' game. Team Alberta is up 1-0 on Team Northern Ontario, so they got the hammer back, and it didn't cost them too much. And on sheet D, D with Yukon and Manitoba.
Just
It's a blank end, so.
Yep.
Oh no, sorry, a steal of 2.
There you go.
Steal
3-0
2,
Yukon.
So 3-0. So yeah, they kind of baked us out there. So it's good to see some of the territory teams doing well here.
Yeah, so all these games are 8 ends. We'll take a break at the end of 4 for get a little refreshment and get back at the action. 5-minute break. 8 ends is played. These teams are in 2 pools. And
2 17 pools.
Yeah, 2 17 pools. And I'll give you the pool format on the men's side. We have Pool A is Manitoba, Alberta, Nunavut, Nova Scotia, Yukon, Quebec, and Prince Edward Island. And in Pool B is Newfoundland, Labrador, British Columbia, Northern Ontario, Saskatchewan, Ontario, New Brunswick, and the Northwest Territories. And like we said earlier, top team gets a bye into the semis. Second and third cross over for quarterfinal action. So 3 out of the 7 teams will continue on their journey.
So I think you meant there the top team gets the bye into the final, and the 2 and 3 play for the semifinal, right? No.
Nope.
No.
Top place team in each pool into the semis.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Each pool. That's right. So there's 6 teams qualify. I get it now.
I get it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. I don't wake up till nearly 4:30, so I just passed.
Yeah, he's early. It's daylight out here, folks.
Atlantic time. So
yeah. Come nighttime, he's prime time.
Oh yeah. Wait till the next draw.
I have been wrong once before.
Yeah.
No.
So Alberta has our boys from Nunavut over a barrel again. They're laying 2 behind cover and drawn in for a 3rd point. So we'll see where that goes. Once you get behind like this, 5-0 after 2 wins, you really have to try and shake things up and go for it. A 1 doesn't help you, so you got to play offensively. That's just the way the game goes. And they're just going to try and keep using rocks. If they get a deuce, they'll feel better about themselves. Any little victory you make improves your outlook, and that's what they're going for. And the ladies' game on sheet A, Quebec and Nunavut did get a 3 that end. So there's a couple of really nice freezes made at the first of the end. So by the second stone for Nunavut. So game on that sheet for sure. And back on our sheet, Nunavut just didn't quite get the curl they wanted out of that rock, so a little open, but right idea.
Sweepers are on it early here. Want to try to hold the line. You got it.
Great sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Good sweepers can help you a lot, can't they?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that's a big boy.
Second stone for
Brennan
Flew.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was right on top of that brush,
He's got a good set of pipes on him there.
Yeah, he is.
Strong boy.
Yeah, he's up on top of that, the top of that brush, looking at it pretty hard. Anybody that's watches curling and Canadians we love to watch, you really get to see just what an effect sweeping and good sweeping has, and you just saw it there. So the boys from Nunavut are going to try and show us what they can do. This one's curling on them, so they're going to. So probably a little down weight on that to have it curl that much and only move the guard into the rings that far. Team Alberta with that many riches in the house, you try and get a little. You're going to get a little worried because it gets harder and harder to punch a yellow rock through. And none of them are really high in the house, so you're going to try and get something up front a little more. And the ice is pretty keen. The last thing they want is another rock deep.
Yeah. You know what?
That was well played. They're taking that whole side of the sheet away from the Nunavut team. And
There goes McKay with the not keeping a broom on it, just looking, wanting to slow it down.
yeah, they're wishing on it.
Yeah.
So a little deep. Great line on the rock, so they do know the ice for the shot. So they're going to have to come up with a shot to get out of the end. It looks like Alberta may call in the center there, and I don't think anybody would be happier in the club right now than Alex if he happened to make this and put it right out in front. Gives him something to come around, gives him a little something to work with, because right now he's in a pile of trouble.
Yep. Scott Garnett in the hack. It's his first shot here in the third end. And this is an important game for Alberta to get back their swagger a bit after losing last night. Like I said, that was a close game until the end. They lost to Manitoba 10-4.
So that we have a little error over on sheet D. They hung the score wrong. It wasn't a steal of 2 for Yukon. It was Manitoba got 2. So instead of 3-0 Yukon, it's actually 2-1 for Manitoba. So sorry guys. At least we can lob that ball into the scores down the other end.
We just report what they put on the board.
Yeah, and trying to follow our sheet. So yeah, we can let somebody else shoulder that one. So they did make the draw. It's a tight draw, top 12, and boy. Alex, buddy, if you're going to make a draw, now's the time.
Because right now, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm seeing.
Yeah, they're laying 4. And if he doesn't get this one in now, the door is going to be slammed. I can tell you, he'll throw a guard up on that other side, and he'll have nothing. So let's hope that Alex can slide one around here. I know he really wants to make it a game, and Alberta wants a game too.
Yeah.
And he's got great line on this shot. It's all about the weight. The guys are working it well.
Yeah, nice.
He's got great line on it.
Beautiful shot
very,
there.
Very nice. You're going to see Alberta play a run back, so we're hoping that Alex can remember that. He may have to throw it again here in a minute.
Yeah. No, that's a nice shot, nice weight, everything.
Yes, sir. He got by the guard by nothing, and truth be told, he was really hoping that Alex would make that draw, so it gives him something to. And he can't do anything about the separation, so it's a great throw, and he may have a chance to make it again here.
Well, and that's where it's good. I mean, Scott can rely on his sweepers there. Brendan and Corey Campbell, as they are right on this one. look at Corey. Corey's going to work hard on this one to keep the line.
Yeah, I
And
don't
it's starting
think
to slip out.
So Alex,
And it
yeah,
swings in, and nope, he's not shot.
Yeah.
Nunavut still shot.
Nunavut still shot. Makes it really tough for him to get a deuce here, but right now they've got a point in the board, so.
Well, if he hits that red one out and just stays there, he'll count too.
The only problem is you got the one at the back, so you have to hit it out so you don't jam it.
And then,
you have the one on the side, and you can't roll. So you almost want to play.
Debbie Downer.
I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. I'm just pointing out the obvious. I would myself. I would just try and draw. I try and draw it on my own. With the other turn, I'd come the other way on the out turn.
Yeah.
Try and draw across the face of the yellow.
Come around.
Yeah, come around, draw across the face of the yellow in the house. It's a little straighter turn, a little less movement. The only other thing you can do is just chip off that red rock by doing that draw. If he just touches it with just heavy draw weight and just rolls off it a little bit, pushes it away from the center of the rings and rolls back into the middle, there's a chance at a deuce there too. But the last thing he wants to do is take his own out and roll away, right? So you don't want to play any weight at all at this shot. No weight at all. So he's just going to just play the straight draw on his own. I just think the other turn would be a little safer, but he doesn't have much. But he's on the board, folks. He's on the board. So hopefully we'll see if he can't make two in a row. If he draws dead on his own, I don't think he gets second shot. But if he can just, if it'll hold long enough so he just comes off the red rock in the last second or two, then that's another way to get the same outcome. So it's on the way, and he's hoping to see the boys' brooms down. You want to see them working it, then you know you're close. He's taking a little more ice this time, and sometimes we say you get out there too wide and you're throwing it through the snowbank, and I think poor Alex got caught in the snowbank. It was out there wide enough, a little bit of frost, and a little heavier out there. Yeah, and it was, to tell you the truth, boys, he'd have had to make a TSN shot on that one. That had been a TSN turning point.
Yeah.
That was a tough deuce. But full marks
and
on
he
him.
did want to hit his own rock out of play, right?
Which I've seen a bunch of times over the years, boys. Yeah. That's why I would have been really tempted to take the other turn and try and just chip draw off of theirs. Anyway, he made a dandy. He made a dilly on his first. So.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just feel better getting rid of that hammer. It can be like a millstone around the neck. So good on them in a second there. We'll give all the sheets a chance, and we'll wait a little bit to make sure that all the scores that are up are the scores before we say.
We're not going to rush them anymore.
Yeah, we're not gonna try and be Joey and Keithy on the spot here. We're just gonna take our time.
Pro side?
Pro side, yeah, that's what I call it. Yeah.
I like this name of the girl over here. I think was that Northern Ontario? McCool.
Yeah.
Now that's that's cool.
That's
what's your name?
That's Scottish.
McCool.
Scottish cool or Irish cool, right?
Yeah.
Huh? A name like that, you should get a deal at McDonald's.
We gotta, I just gotta find out. See what her Northern Ontario. Here we are. Michelle McCool.
Ooh.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's a cool name.
I don't think.
What's your name, Michelle McCool?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. No, really. Honest to God.
I wonder if it's Miss McCool.
Oh. And if she gets married, she's not leaving that name. Sorry, I'm a McCool.
Can you beat that?
Can you beat that? Yeah, I can't go out with you. Your name.
So a little better weight in that one. Top 12. Probably want to be just off the ring so that they can't hit and lay three. But still, it's a good rock and play.
shot there. Get one's out.
Yeah, enough separation there that the double wasn't made. Again, they're going to throw another rock up in front of the shot stone and going to try and run with this for a while.
Obviously, a big shout out has to go out to the sponsors for this event. Province of New Brunswick, the City of Miramichi, Curling NB, Subway, Pizza Delight, Town Auto, and of course the presenting sponsor, Travelers Canada. It's better under the umbrella.
Yeah, things like this don't happen without sponsorship, and we talked about this yesterday, you know, having a good facility, someone who wants to jump up and coordinate something like this, and then the volunteers. Yeah. And of course there's an army of volunteers at this. So I think we've waited long enough, and I'm hoping that the oh no, we're a little behind in sheet C, so we'll just wait another second and then we'll run through the scores.
You feel confident now that the scores, well, they burnt you once, yeah, right, Joe?
After that first 12 ply, I'm sure they're going to take their time just a little bit more, right? Yeah, we can't be in too big a rush, I guess. That was just a little slap saying, okay guys, you can't be too ready about all this. And
well, Alberta got rid of one of Nunavut's, but took two of their own.
Yeah, they killed the top guard. They killed the rock they wanted to kill, but took up one on the side. But they're not too worried about that. When you're up 5-1, you're not worried about less is more. You'd like to see fewer rocks around so that only good things can happen for you. And Nunavut's just going to guard the daylight, so that little rock out in the back 4 foot. So when we take a little run through now, all the scores are up. So on sheet A in the ladies' game, Nunavut and Quebec got one back that end. That leaves Nunavut up 3-2 with the hammer. Of course, our game is 5-1 for Alberta, and Alberta has the hammer. In the men's, in sheet C, we have a steal of 2 by Alberta, and so in that game, Alberta is up on
Northern Ontario
3-0. And that's a ladies. On D, in the men's game, it's still 2-1 for Manitoba. It's 2-2, sorry. Yukon got one, so it's tied up, and Manitoba has a hammer back. BC stole one against Saskatchewan. In the ladies' game on E, so Saskatchewan has the hammer, and they're down 3-2. And on the far end, in the men's game, Quebec is up 3-1 on Nova Scotia, and Nova Scotia has a hammer. So I always say the hammer's a point. So most games are fairly close.
Yeah.
Once again, the guards that Nunavut are throwing on their rock in the back 8 foot have done the trick so far, and they're still laying one in the back of the house. And they've had 3 attempts now trying to make the double, so they're hanging hard here.
And after this end, there will be a short break after 4 ends. These games are 8 ends in length. And they go pretty quick, don't they, Joe?
Yeah, well, people are used to seeing 10-end games in the competitive play, except for the Caspial circuit. And because this is a club championship, in the clubs we play 8-end games. So it's only natural that since this is a club national championship, we play 8-end games, just like they do in the clubs. So this time, Nunavut's a little long in their guard, and they're going to go up and play it. So this will be quite a shot if he makes that run back that far. But I think they're just playing a straight peel. If you made the run back, you'd still be leaving a red rock out front, and they'd have a chance to improve the rock in the house. So a lot of teams would take the rock in the house out, but Scott...
boy, they're working hard in this rock. Sweepers.
Yeah, they've made the peel up. Yeah. And the roll doesn't really matter too much.
Comes back.
Yeah, Alex is gonna put another one Yeah. They're not sure. The issue that they see here is if they come in on top and guard it and they're in the house, there is a double for 3. And if they guard out in front and don't cover the rock completely, there's a tap back for 3. So they kind of discussed whether to split the house a little bit, and that would make Alberta try and hit one on the nose for one of the 2 rocks in the house in the nose for a single. So they've decided that they're gonna come in.
There's a lot of process going on there, isn't there, Joe?
Yeah, a lot of things to think about. Just don't overthink it, right?
Yeah. Well, because you brought up some good points last night there. Like, just keep it
simple.
Keep it simple.
And be
don't
patient.
overthink it, and be patient. And you talked about that already in this draw, where sometimes players get in the hack and they get a little anxious sometimes.
Yeah. The call of the game. You just have to be patient. Let the game come to you some. The big thing for Alex in this shot is keep it coming, boys. Get it right in front of that rock. Okay, so now you're going to see Alberta change gears here. They're going to just try and come around that, play a little tap through for 3. I'm sure Alex would have loved to have been in the rings and made him make a play on the shot. Yeah. So
just pulled the string a little bit there.
A little bit, yeah. You don't want to come right in and make the double easy, and you need points. So, to draw to the open side and have him hit one, you're still in a pickle. Of course, if he comes and makes the tap, then you're in a real pickle. But we'll see what happens.
Speaking of pickles, another good segue.
Okay.
And we'll talk about is the lobster draw.
Oh.
The bottles of lobster that they have here. The case of lobster.
Case of lobster.
Yeah. The boys are sweet. It's
on
by
it,
the first.
So that's usually a pretty good sign.
They got it.
Yeah, it's right there. So
nice
open
shot.
tap for 3.
Yeah.
Puts them up to 8-1 after 4 ends.
And they're going to have a little break here, as we will, and we'll be back more from Miramichi Curling Club 2018 Travelers Championships.
Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport, words we embody, powerful words, words that speak to everything we represent: respect, togetherness, strength. Our games begin with a handshake and a kind word. We congratulate our opponents when they make a good shot. We remain silent when they falter. We even call our own fouls. When we win, we celebrate with modesty, with humility. We own our mistakes. When defeated, we concede without shame. Win or lose, we hug with abandon, because we genuinely care about our fellow athletes. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. The path to victory isn't always smooth. We use friction as an advantage and adversity as an opportunity. The battle is within ourselves, to improve, to advance. We dream big. We play with heart. We focus on these circles and imagine podiums in far-off places. Curling is what the world needs right now. Connection to one another, one team, one community. Curling is more than a sport. It's a lifestyle, a philosophy, a movement, a belief in self, in kindness, in good health, and in good fun. Supported by a passionate community steeped in tradition and united in pride. In a game of inches, every move counts. Are you ready to make yours? The support of the curling community makes it possible for thousands of kids across Canada to follow their dreams, on and off the ice. Thank you for giving generously. Curling teaches as much about life as it does about sport. Club, team, house, lead, rock. These are the words of our sport, words we embody, powerful words, words that speak to everything we represent: respect, togetherness, strength. Our games begin with a handshake and a kind word. We congratulate our opponents when they make a good shot. We remain silent when they falter. We even call our own fouls. When we win, we celebrate with modesty, with humility. We own our mistakes. When defeated, we concede without shame. Win or lose, we hug with abandon, because we genuinely care about our fellow athletes. Curling doesn't discriminate. The ice doesn't judge. It adapts. It accepts. Curling isn't a book to be judged by its cover. On these sheets, everyone is on the same page. It's what's on the inside that counts. The path to victory isn't always smooth. We use friction as an advantage and adversity as an opportunity. The battle is within ourselves, to improve, to advance. We dream big. We play with heart. We focus on these circles and imagine podiums in far-off places. Curling is what the world needs right now. Connection to one another, one team, one community. Curling is more than a sport. It's a lifestyle, a philosophy, a movement, a belief in self, in kindness, in good health, and in good fun. Supported by a passionate community steeped in tradition and united in pride. In a game of inches, every move counts. Are you ready to make yours? The support of the curling community makes it possible for thousands of kids across Canada to follow their dreams, on and off the ice.
Hi, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The 2018 Travelers Curling Championships from the Miramichi Curling Club in Miramichi, New Brunswick. My name is Keith Rains, and in the booth with me is Joe Hawks, giving his expert analysis to this great game. We're talking about a great game, but it's a great fundraiser that they're having here, Joe. And it's a case of, is it really pickle? It's not pickle lobster, but it's in
in a jar.
It's in a
jarred lobster.
Jarred lobster, but it's like a salt brine,
a little bit of a brine, yeah. And I've had it. It's the closest thing to fresh lobster you'll ever get. It's better than frozen lobster.
Yeah.
And anybody who's enjoyed lobster knows how good a fresh feed of that is. Yeah.
So there's a case, and now how many preserved jars are in that case? Is there be 16? There's more than 12, I think, isn't there?
Okay. I believe it. Now in a mason jar of lobster, I can tell you there's probably about a dozen canners in each jar. It takes quite a bit to fill a jar. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guys that know how to do it right.
So they're selling tickets on for like $5 a pop, which is awesome because they figure there's about what $625 worth of lobster.
Yeah.
in the case.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And there's one lady already won. She was from Manitoba.
Yeah.
So I won't reveal her name because everyone will be at her house. Hey, I heard you won some lobster.
Oh my! I tell you, it's a treat. We had a bonspiel one time and was pick of the table, and we did quite well in it. So 2 of the prizes were 2 bottles of lobster, and there's all kinds of lovely prizes, and that's what we took.
Yeah, we'll take those.
Yeah. My wife and I we were fortunate enough to do well in it. We got the first pick, and of all the lovely prizes, we went straight for the lobster.
So in our game, we have Team Alberta and Team Nunavut. And Alberta started off strong, scoring 3 in the first, and then they stole 2 in the second. And Nunavut was able to get 1 back, but then another 3 spot in N4 has put them behind 8-1 against this very strong Alberta team.
So that definitely is a big mountain to climb, down 7. And all the boys can do is just try to just chip away at it and keep going and see where they go from there. Really tough to win a game like that. I can tell you truthfully, you know that yes, Alberta wants to win, but they want a good competitive game, and no one likes to be on either side of this. So hopefully the boys from Nunavut can pick it up a little bit and have a little better second half.
Well, and sometimes you when you get behind like that, you start changing your strategy a bit. You try to do maybe more than, rather than trying to get the double rocks out, rather than just, if it was a one different game.
Yes, for sure. You have to try and play a lot more offensive, so you're going to leave rocks in play.
Yeah.
You don't score big ends in curling by trying to clear everything out, and so this for them will play a little bit into the hands of Team Alberta too, and it's a tough game when you get down that much. So right now all the games are into the 4th end break, so we can go through from sheet to sheet and tell you where they stand. We've had a blank end on sheet A in a ladies game between Quebec and Nunavut, so that leaves Nunavut up 3-2 with hammer. Over on C, another ladies game. Northern Ontario made a nice draw for 1 against a couple of counters, so that leaves Alberta up 3-1 with hammer in sheet C. On D is a men's game, and it's Manitoba against Yukon. Yukon stole 1, so now Yukon is up 3-2, and Manitoba has hammer. On sheet E, we have another ladies game. It's 3-3 with BC holding the hammer, and Nova Scotia picked up a big 4 in the 4th end, and they are up 5-3 on Quebec, and that's a men's game on sheet F over there.
Advantage. A little bit of a break. Mini victory for Nunavut there.
Yeah, a little bit of a break. Rolled that one inside a little bit and just chipped the rock over, so they're going to get a chance to draw in and lay a second stone. So looks like they're going to try and draw into the top of the house in front of their own, or a little bit of a guard. It's one of those things that you would see a little bit more in club play, because you are making it a little easier for Alberta to make a double. So 2/3 of the rock there, give him a straight back double, and if you can just hit that, if he rolls in front of it, it's still a nice shot. But they are laying 2.
Jason Wilson with the shot.
Yeah, he threw a howitzer there.
Just misses
boy,
that one in the back. He was going for it.
Yes, I don't know if you could feel a sheet of paper between those back two rocks, but
wow.
Yeah. So yeah, now they've you see them. They've thought about this a little bit and definitely playing for a little bit more separation on this second mates rocks for Nunavut. Alex is calling for George to maybe get that one over a little bit further and make the double a little tougher.
Nunavut's next game will be against Saskatchewan tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and they'll be on sheet 4. Alberta, for you Alberta fans, getting up early, 9 a.m. Atlantic time, as they play Northwest Territories, and that'll be on our feature sheet right here in sheet 2. So Alberta's back on prime time at 9 a.m.
Yeah, for all you people who want to get up
at 6.
Yeah, in Alberta, the morning coffee and take in a game.
Yeah, if you happen to be up going to the facilities at 6 a.m., flick on the game.
Yeah, there you go, there you go.
Grab a coffee, cheer on the boys.
Yeah. Like I was saying last night, I take the old iPad, the computer down and
oh, you put it on the big screen.
Yeah, plug it into the HDMI.
Oh yeah.
Then you have 65 inches of living color coming at you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it does make a difference. Watching it on the, I even notice that, like, even just watching the games, I put them on my iPad at times when I'm watching. If I'm watching something else and have it right there, and if I see something exciting going on, I'll turn up the volume a bit, turn down the volume a bit.
Yeah. So they came a little short in the draw, and Alberta made the takeout. So now they're discussing whether just to come to that back rock or come around the corner. And it looks like they decided to come around the corner, which is a really good play. Freeze is pretty tough to make, and to freeze the back of the house, you have to be so dead on, because I just saw these guys can throw some weight. So I'm going to try and slide one around the rock you just threw. Boys are working this hard. Just must have touched that in just a hair. But it's still in play, and they do need rocks in play, so. So the boys are from Alberta. 4 rocks left in the end. They are into Skip's first rocks, and it's one of those things, rocks in play kind of help the other team, but it's just too good a situation to pass up, so they're going to come around the front stump. So we see Scott's rock coming down. Boys are on and off it. The weight looks pretty good. And he'd like to be in the top of the house around that front guard, and there's lots of movement here. So you really curled nicely for him and got by the guard by 2 inches and still stayed in front of the tee line. It looks like it's just about completely good. So curlers love playing on ice that finishes like that. It just makes it so nice. You're getting some finish. It's allowing you to make these lovely come-arounds that our rocks are so close to the top of the rings. This is terrific ice to throw on right now.
The Nunavut ladies are in a great battle with Quebec.
Yes,
on sheet A.
Lots of shots made over there.
And then we have the Alberta women up 3-1 over Northern Ontario. Another battle.
There's some really good games out there.
Yeah. Got the hit.
Yeah, played a little run back, pushed the rock back, so he's
good shot. Yeah, he's sitting
really nice shot.
Sitting shot.
Yeah, really nice shot. You know, it's a game of inches, and you know he missed the straight run back by probably less than half an inch. So
yeah,
nice shot by Alex there.
And this Alberta, a young team.
Yeah, they're a really young team.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Yeah, and they'll live off on a lot of rocks. Some nice form coming out. And I haven't seen too many men's games, but right now that would have to be my call for a sweep in front end. Those two guys are pumping those brooms out there.
They work hard.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely.
Okay, last shot at the fifth end.
Well, that fixes it. They just drew the 50-50, so that fixes it, Keith. Sorry, you have to buy your own supper.
Now I'm going into the minus.
So Alex is just playing a soft tap back there and going for his one. So
yeah,
nice little rub and roll. He's got his point. For a second there, I was wondering if the guys were a little asleep at the wheel, but they got back on that one and helped Alex make the shot. So now it's 8-2 after.
Alex is a pretty laid-back guy.
Yeah, he looks like he's pretty laid
back.
Guys,
guys, would you mind sweeping that, please?
Yeah. There's no roaring going on out there.
Would you want me to send you a text message or something? I could. Yeah. The rock that you're currently looking at could use a little sweeping.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Please.
Please.
Yeah.
But they got it in there.
They did it.
Very relaxed group.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they just do that to get Alex going.
Yeah.
Okay, we knew it was all right, man. We knew you're going to make it.
Yeah.
Gee, chill out. Be like Michelle McCool.
Yeah. Alex McCool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing to get too fussed up about. That's what's the beauty of this game.
Yeah.
So a little long on the first shot again from Nunavut. They're having a little trouble getting some rocks early in these ends into the right places. You know for sure that something deep in the house like that's not what they're looking for. So now that it's in the house, the 4-rock rule doesn't apply and they can take it out.
I can remember, speaking of names, I can always remember when the Montreal Expos and they had a catcher named John Bacabella. and the PA now just loved when he was into the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was a highlight of the PA announcer. Oh, John's coming into the game.
Yeah.
Next up at bat for the Montreal Expos, the catcher, John.
Yeah. I think any of us that are old enough to remember the Expos playing back then would remember that for sure.
Rusty stop, the Grand Orange.
Yeah.
Never know, maybe someday again the Expos will be revived.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
I never saw a game at Jerry Park. I think I'd enjoy that. The Olympic Stadium, you seemed like you were an awful long ways away.
Yeah, I was up to a few games at the Big O.
Yeah.
Good name for it, Big O.
Yeah. It wasn't conducive for baseball. It was okay for me because I was always kind of a Red Sox fan. So in Fenway, you can almost smell the sweat off the players. It's a great spot to go see a game.
Shot, get rid of that Yellowstone. That was priority 1.
Yeah. Now they're going right back with the center guard again. She's getting a little late in and late even for the boys from Nunavut. So hopefully they can have a good end. And sometimes when the games get this way, then you're just looking for a few small victories. Look for something just a little positive to take away from the game with you, and because it's it's a few days of curling. It's 6 games that you're involved in. Anything positive that you can take with you is a great thing. So the boys worked that one pretty hard, got it to the rings. But they really, very, very hard to get some offense going down like this and having foot rocks in the house. Starting out with a couple out front right off the get-go that can't be touched because of the 4-rock rule really makes a big difference. So again, with the lively rings, a fair bit of the rock to keep the rock in play.
Just for the folks watching the Alberta and Nunavut, just give you an update on the women's pool and how that is set up. In Pool A is British Columbia, Northwest Territories, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Nunavut, Northern Ontario, and Quebec. So that's in Pool A. So we got Alberta and Nunavut in the men's pool and the women's pool there together. And Pool B is Manitoba, Yukon, Newfoundland, Labrador, Ontario, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island. Boy, that's Atlantic Canada. That's Atlantic Canada division right there.
That's weighted to the east, though.
Yeah. So there's a good chance that there could be an Atlantic Canada team going on to the playoff portion.
Hopefully, like to see that. Now, in this sort of play, the only way that they can rate teams is how they've done
previous years.
In previous years, yeah. So that's how they would decide on the pools. You're standing in years before, years gone by, and so your province territory would be rated and
ranked,
yeah, and then it would set the pools up there.
Just to let you know.
Yeah.
Just because it's Atlantic Canada. Oh yeah, look at all the Atlantic Canada teams in one pool. Yeah, way to go.
Yeah.
No, not so. trying to hold the line here.
Yeah.
Coming across it a bit.
Yeah.
Just hit racked on that back one.
Yeah.
As they say, the catcher back there.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I've noticed that George does play a soft takeout, so, and with this much curl in the ice, when the rock slows, you really see them walking across. So, yeah, it seems like he prefers to play around a board or halfway takeout, so that a little hard to hit a rock like that because you're trying to hit it in such an arc. You notice Alberta, they don't. There's not too much feather to the stone. They just rear her back and tighten the ice and let her go.
Sweepers are staying off it. Now they're on it. Off.
Yeah. Just want to nose it there. That's fine.
Good shot right on.
They too.
Sweepers appreciate that too.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And they like to use the brooms. They want to be a part of the play. Get the brooms down. And it's always gratifying to see all four members of the team make a shot.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to see one person struggling.
Yes.
And it affects the feng shui of the team.
Yeah.
Or can.
Oh, for sure. So with the quieter weight, you can see just how much this rock's moving. And right through the hole, so. The guys are having a battle today.
It's almost, if you want to take a rock, then put some extra weight behind it. It's that sort of that mid-weight, and you want it to curl too.
Yes.
Well, it's not going to.
Yeah.
Or hasn't as of yet.
Yes.
We haven't found that.
Yeah.
Not on this sheet.
Yeah. It is, the sheet's running pretty true though. Anything that's like board or hack, you're getting probably a hack weight rock. We're seeing close to 2 feet of movement on it, and board weight probably 1.5 feet. But when they bring the weight up to a peel or a strong arm, you're seeing 6 inches to a foot of curl. So you can control it that way, but you see those guys throw those blisters on TV. That's not as easy as it looks.
Oh, no.
And to try and hit the stick, right? So, yeah. There's not too many people that have that comfort level out there. So a chance to come into line 3, and the boys having to put the brushes down at all.
Oh, boy. 2 good shots.
Yep.
He doesn't need sweepers. Where do you want it to go? Okay, let me just throw it there.
Yeah.
If you want to do anything, maybe do a little sweep there just to make sure there's no impediments on the ice. But I can.
I'm almost sure you would like to see the brushes. There's a bad feeling when you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard.
Well, like we said, if you have your brushes, they can get 6 to 8 feet out of it, but they can't slow her down.
One of the best lines I heard one time was a guy threw a rock pretty firm, and the guys were trotting along beside it, and it was a draw, and he says, "How's the weight, boys?" And one of the boys yelled back, "I'm still running." So that's a bad feeling.
That's a bad feeling.
Yeah, you like all 4 players to make the shot. You like to throw the weight, you like to see the brushes down, you see the boys working it, and it's just a good feel all the way around.
They're on it hard here.
Yeah, they're trying to, anything in front. I mean, it'd be nice to have it right on top of the rock on the freeze, but
Not going to make it.
Yeah, but even out in front, at least you're making him play the shot, right? And he won't have any choice but to play a freeze in his next one, because you know Scott's going to rip that out of there. So Alex is going to have to try to either freeze in the back red or corner freeze on the other back red. So our game's moving along pretty quick. There's not too many teams or games that are.
Well, and the spread back there a bit. Alberta is up 5-1.
Yes, Alberta
Ladies over
the deuce.
And over Northern Ontario, and Nunavut is up 5-2 now over Quebec. So
yeah,
there's a little separation going there.
Yes, actually Quebec had Nunavut a bit of a trouble, and the skip made a couple of dandies and caught a little break and ended up getting a deuce out of that. So the boys are looking long and hard at this. I'm pretty sure they'd like to be able to throw 2 or 3 rocks instead of just the one. But
can we take some of our rocks from
yeah,
the 7th end and use it now?
They're all being used, boys. Sorry, every sheet's going. So. Yeah.
Because this is his last shot.
Yeah.
As Alberta has the hammer.
Yeah. So he's looking at the freeze. He's going to try and park one right top of that rock in the back of the wings. And the score and the play dictates the shot. So Alex doesn't have any choice. That's the shot that's got to be played.
We've got one more draw left this evening. It's going to go at 7:30 this evening. And in our draws, we'll be on sheet 1, New Brunswick men taking on Saskatchewan. Ladies, Newfoundland taking on Manitoba. Let's see what's happening with the shot here. They're sweeping it, trying to get it in a little bit more. Biting the 4.
Got shot rock out of that.
Yep.
Touch on him a little late, but he got shot rock.
So Newfoundland and Manitoba ladies will be on our feature sheet here. BC men taking on Northwest Territories. In sheet 3, sheet 4 is Ontario versus Yukon in women's play. And our other feature sheet is Newfoundland taking versus Northern Ontario's men's action. And the last sheet is Prince Edward Island versus New Brunswick ladies. So that is going to take place at 7:30 this evening, after we have our hot turkey dinner and strawberry shortcake that the folks are preparing for us. Just some good home cooking down here, maritime style.
Don't you know?
Wouldn't expect anything less from the Miramichi, would you?
No, you'd get nothing less either.
Here's the last shot of the 6th end. Oh, a nice shot. Is he going to stick around?
No, lively house there, but
and that is enough.
Another 3, yeah. So the boys are calling it a day, and they're gonna retire a little early.
So before we leave the air, we'll just go around the horn one more time here, and just let the folks, the Nunavut folks. The ladies' team is up 5-2, and
against Quebec there in sheet A.
Yeah, over Quebec. 5-1. Alberta has stretched out the lead in against Northern Ontario. 4-3 Manitoba, Yukon. The men have the 1-point lead for Manitoba, and another 4-3 score in our feature sheet on sheet 5. BC women over Saskatchewan. And then the last one is Nova Scotia versus Quebec men And once the 6'5"
Yeah, the big man's in
skipper.
front of the score there.
Yeah.
But I think it's 5-4, and Nova Scotia has the hammer.
Has a hammer. So that's going to do it from here. We'll see you at 7:30 tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in to our broadcast. And if you want more coverage, check over on our Sheet 5 game. So that's it for now from the Miramichi Curling Club, the 2018 Travelers Canada Curling Championships.